But I got a lot of respect for Draymond, man. But right now, Draymond tripping. It's another thing, man. For me, people think he's crazy. I think he's smart because he know who he with. Welcome people to the OG podcast, the first episode.
First one.
I'm of course the OG, but this motherfucker older than me. So we got two OGs. That's triple OG, and I'm just OG number one. But welcome. Sixth man of the year, rookie of the year, sniper, Gator legend, Heat legend, my motherfucking dog, South Dakota's great, Mikemiller in the motherfucking house.
Right back at him, the OG, man. You know, he's done it all, done everything. He's Mr. Miami, Mr. 305, obviously three-time NBA champion.
You see it.
He already repping to Miami in the first episode. It's going to be coming all the time. Obviously, super excited to be doing this, man. It's been 25 years of a lot of stories, a lot of dope teammates. 25 of them, coach, since college, all the way through. Obviously, we have so many stories to tell and share. Yeah. We're excited to do it. And it's going to be hot topics, dope guests.
Talking.
Yes, and we're going to keep it real.
100%.
Speaking of hot topics.
Can't sleep at night if I don't.
UD, there's one out there right now that's been being talked about.
Hit me with it.
That's being talked about.
Hit me with it.
And I know you're going to give me your take on it, and it's going to be a real take.
Hit me with it.
It's the Draymond Green scenario and this saga that's going on, everything Draymond Green.
Where my camera at?
That's your camera's right there, brother.
Draymond, boy, you out of pocket. Boy, you out of pocket, and you know it. I with Draymond, man. It's only so many warriors in this league, guys that, you know what I'm saying, gonna take that tech, gonna take that foul, and protect their teammates. But we don't start that shit. We don't start it. We ain't bullies. We don't look for it. We don't initiate it. We are guys that prevent it. We are guys that protect our teammates. You know what I'm saying? We never looking for it. We never starting, and we ain't running out choking them up. We ain't karate chopping people in the temple. You know what I'm saying? On the humbug. I seen that same move on Kung Fu Theater last Sunday. So we ain't doing that. So, man, I got a lot of respect for Draymond, man. But right now, Draymond tripping. It's another thing, man. For me, people think he's crazy. I think he's smart because he know who he fucking with. You know what I'm saying? He know who he fucking with. He choked that Gobert. He was Jurkic. He fucking up people that really ain't gonna do nothing back. You know what I'm saying? So
he's not crazy. He's smart.
In reverse, he actually got some sense.
So he's smart crazy.
He's smart crazy.
Yeah.
Or he crazy smart.
Oh, crazy smart.
Crazy smart. That's what he is. He crazy smart. I mean, Jordan Poole, come on, man, young fella.
Yep.
At the end of the day, man, we here to guide these young fellas in the right direction. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
They gonna make mistakes. They gonna say crazy shit, but they young. You imagine me swinging on Hero?
Oh, yeah, that'd be a bad look.
I'd take a long walk on the short pill. I'd never forgive myself. I'd never forgive myself.
Take a long walk
I'd
on
never
a short
forgive
pill.
myself if I swung on Hero. You know what I'm saying? So,
and he's so important to those guys too. That's what's crazy. Like,
I mean, I'm sure a lot of these young guys around the league are looking at Draymond like, yo, come on, man, we look up to you. I mean, I realized that, you know, more of you guys like me when I stopped playing. Obviously, the competitive side had left, and I was more of a mentor. But I got reached out through Instagram and social media by a lot of young guys in this league, just looking for guidance, looking for advice, having questions, how to survive, what to do, how to be professional, how to get to reach their full potential. So with that being said, I'm sure Draymond probably got those same text messages of these young guys reaching out. So right now, these young guys looking at you like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he got into it with Donovan Mitchell. One of the nicest young guys in this league, man. Donovan Mitchell ain't gonna throw rice at a wedding. He's not gonna bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? So right now, Draymond picking and choosing who he fucking with, and he tripping, and you know he out of pocket. Hopefully he'll, tighten that shit up. And I hear a lot of people talking about accountability, man. And I think, it's a double-edged sword, because when you got a guy like Draymond, you gotta let him run. You gotta let him be himself. You know what I'm saying? You feed off that energy. You feed off that competitive nature. So guys like that can fuel you. You know what I'm saying? They can infuse your locker room. But then you got to reel his ass in and slow him down a little bit. And that's probably most people don't
Make you laugh, make you cry.
Saying shit make you laugh, make you cry.
I mean, he takes it to certain levels, and obviously never taken it to these levels. And
yeah.
You know, a lot of it just happens to do. You know, obviously it's means so much to that team. It's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. But I think you're right on the take. And one of the guys that he did choke out recently is Rudy Gobert.
Out of pocket.
Yeah.
First of all, where was his teammates?
Yeah.
That's my problem. Where the fuck was everybody else at? I'm seeing Cat grabbing Gobert. Gobert's already getting choked, Cat. He don't need nobody else grabbing on him.
But
you know what I'm saying? My problem would have been with everybody in that motherfucking locker room.
Yeah.
When I got back,
Yeah,
except for Ant-Man. I fuck with Ant-Man. And I know Ant-Man with that smoke. He's smart, but he with that smoke. When he got it to with Draymond, he looked at Draymond, man, ain't nobody fucking talking. Ain't nobody studying you, man. Go on up with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody on that team I'd have had a problem with, you know what I'm saying, except for Ant-Man. But
we don't want to take that away from what Minnesota's doing.
Oh, great basketball.
And what Ant-Man's doing.
And that's another reason why I love Ant-Man.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I love Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's just been an absolute monster, man. Like, I love what he's doing.
If you can infuse your personality and your grit or the things that you have that make you special into your other teammates, you know what I'm saying, and you got something special, you got a leader. And I've watched those guys not change who they are, but I've watched the personality of Ant-Man kind of take over that team. These guys are playing with energy. These guys are having fun. They're competing. They're guarding. They're playing defense. They're playing confidently. Yeah. So I watched that. So
it's been so fun watching him kind of evolve into what you're talking about in that role anyways. Like, obviously I live in Memphis. Yeah. Watching them play, you know, a couple years ago in the playoffs when he was going to work.
Yeah, he can go.
Is it kind of him and Ja going back and forth? It was awesome. And then to see him transition to watch him play USA basketball this summer, you could see that. Yes. You could see the steps taken. Yes. As a basketball player that's done it as much as we have, obviously you did 20 years and I did 17 of them. You've seen those guys in that locker room at stage. You saw D Wade start taking that step. You start seeing Ant-Man taking those steps, and it's so cool to see, bro, for real. So, you know, he's taking that step individually, but it's turning into team success, and that's what's cool about it. And they're doing it with a way that everyone thought was out the window with two bigs. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting to keep track of these guys and see how they're going to play it out the rest of the way, especially through the playoffs with those two bigs.
I like what they're doing. I do too. Question for you now.
Yeah, for sure.
This in-season thing, this in-season tournament.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of it in certain ways because it raised the competitive nature of the NBA, but also when you talk about the point differential and all these weird things that have to do with it. What's your take on that? What you give me your take on? I'm gonna tell you mine.
Yeah, I know you're gonna tell me yours. I'm not worried about that. I think the biggest thing for it is it's creating an environment during the time of the season that there usually isn't an environment, right? It takes special teams and special fans to have that environment. Like, that's the thought I thought was cool as shit. Like, that was the best part of it to me. Like, putting the expectations on what it actually means to win it. Yes. Like, to me, that's one thing. It's cool. It's $500,000 for a lot of teams. That's awesome. Like, no one's ever going to pass up the cash.
Yeah, hell no.
But the fans bought into it.
Yes.
If the fans would have bought into it, I wouldn't think it was. I would have been like, okay, it's just that thing. It's a cute little court, new little jerseys, whatever, blah blah blah. But the fans bought into it. Like, if you saw those teams trying to qualify to Vegas and to do this, like, that shit was cool. Yes. Like, and that created an atmosphere for young kids that usually don't see that atmosphere till the playoffs was cool. Now you got to temper expectations. Like, what's this really mean? You know what I mean? Like, that I don't know yet. Like, so I'm sure you're gonna have something to say about that. But, like, what's it actually mean to win it? Outside of how good it was for the game of basketball, for the fan interaction, like, it was fun to watch. It was competitive basketball at games 25 or whatever the season that it usually, you know how it is.
I ain't like the
There's some laws
courts.
In that.
I ain't like the mud glass courts.
The ugly ass courts gotta go too. I agree with that.
I ain't like the mud glass courts. But what I will say about it is I watched the soccer effect of, I think, you know, some of that structure came from soccer and the things that they do with soccer. And I watched the soccer effect when Messi came to Miami, and I watched how, you know, the in-season tournament and all those things really infused the city of Miami. And I watched how those things also infused the league and the NBA and, you know, brought the competitive nature up a little bit. So I'm all for that part. I'm all for people getting their money. That $500, I'm all for that. What we ain't gonna do is pop champagne to put up banners. We ain't gonna do that. Not for that. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't coming in with goggles. We ain't popping champagne. Brian, you my dog. I love you. Come on, King. Come on, King. You know what it is, dog. You know what you play for. You know what you work out every summer for. Yeah. Nah, that 500,000. God damn, the rich get richer. Brian AD don't need that.
Rich get richer.
Brian AD don't need that.
Yeah.
But what I will say is the competitive nature of it. I love the competitive nature of it. I love that you have guys, a team like Indiana.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so many guys that are not making money. I wish they would have had. I wish they would have got the bag. So I'm all for the competitive part of it, but we ain't popping no bottles and we ain't putting up no motherfucking banners. It's only one reason we pop bottles and put up banners, and we know what that is.
No, it's gonna be awesome to see how that in-season tournament continues to evolve, right? Like if the fans can stay interactive.
You might have to come back, Killer. These
man, you might have to 500.
Shit, I could take a charge. You could definitely hit a 3.
Hey, listen, I ain't playing no defense now. I'm done with that.
Listen, if I take a charge, it's gonna take me a while to get up now. It's for damn sure. I don't bounce back like I used to.
So we talked about Ant and what they're doing in the West and what Minnesota's doing in the West. These young dudes over there in Orlando, obviously I'm biased with my agency. I represent Paolo and Wendell.
I said this shit 2 years ago when I talked to
their
coach.
They're next. I'm telling y'all, they're next.
When I talked to their coach, and he can vouch.
Yeah.
I came over to him and walked by his bench, and I said, you got a good team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I said, 2 years ago, I walked up, I said, you got a good team. I had a chance to see Greg Anthony. Obviously, his son plays Cole. I was talking to his father. I said, hey, you guys have a good fucking team. Those guys have a good team. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at, the young fella, Paolo, when you look at Wendell, when you look at Franz, first of all, let's start with Paolo. Yep. Okay, everybody talks about these guys being able to shoot and being able. If you just fucking constantly attack for the 4 fucking quarters and you are just downhill putting pressure on the rim and going at motherfuckers, nobody wants that. Yeah. Nobody wants that. So for me, I think the first thing Orlando had to do, the thing that was kind of holding them back, was establishing an offensive identity. Yeah. Okay, where's the ball going to go? How are we going to play? Yeah. I think everybody understands now in the NBA that you want to play with spacing and pace and space. Okay, but if you don't have that kind of team and those kind of shooters, then what works well for you? What do you do better than anybody in this fucking league naturally? First and foremost, find that out. Okay, you got 5, 6 motherfuckers. Well, more. You're going to play 5 at a time. Yeah. But you literally got about 8 motherfuckers that are about 6'7", 6'8", athletic as hell, long arms, and then the guys that aren't 6'7", 6'8", they're still athletic and long arms. So this league is about finding matchups. Motherfuckers will run 65 pick and rolls to try to get the matchup they want. I know from playing against the Orlando Magic, you don't get none of the matchups that you want. They go switch 1 through fucking 5. All of them have length. All of them can move their feet, and all of them athletic. So it's a bitch to guard on them. So all they had to do, one, was commit to the defensive part of the game, and secondly, establish their identity offensively of who they wanted to be. Now you're seeing the results. I said this shit 2 years ago, and I also said it a couple weeks ago on NBA TV when people said who's the sleeper team. I like the motherfucking Magic. Yeah. I'm not bullshit.
I tell you, we are the OGs, and we have old souls. So we're going to touch on it. You brought up Paolo, and obviously I talk to him all the time through the process and through everything. And the reason he's going to be an all-star this year and is going to be a Hall of Famer is the way he answers shit. And when I say old soul, I mean this. Like, he can go out and get 35 every night. He can attack. He can get to the foul line. He can shoot 12 free throws a game. He's actually got his three-point up to about 40% this year, or maybe above 40%. I haven't seen it in the last couple of weeks. But he continues to evolve his game. But his whole thing is, dog, I just want to win.
Yes.
And he told me, he goes, Coach, I told you this when I got here. We're going to make the playoffs the second year. And so to see this and to do this actually without Wendell Carter too, because their core is elite, and their young talent is elite. And Wendell Carter,
I watched his game from when he was Chicago until now. Yeah. When he first started, is basically a guy that was just a banger, a rebounder,
he's shooting
hard playing. Now he's shooting 3. He's picking, popping. He's switching pick and rolls.
Defensively, he's one of the best.
I watched his game, grow and mature. And like you talked about Ant-Man, you talked about guys taking that leap.
Yep.
Sometimes guys don't always take that leap.
No doubt.
It's not a given that a young guy is going to take that leap.
Nope.
So now when you talk about Paolo taking that next leap, when you talk about Wendell taking that leap that I saw him take from Chicago to now, it's not a given that these guys are going to take that fucking leap.
You know this. Them summers go, it's like that fork in the road. Yeah. Them summers are dangerous now.
Yeah, you motherfuckers thinking they're going, I'm just going to take 1 week off and I'll be back. Motherfucker 1 week turn to 2 once and then motherfucker back in the training camp. Now you have 15 pounds of weight, you ain't done shit.
them summers are difficult, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Them summers are really difficult. And that's where I like, for those guys to see that they got a young core. Obviously their core continues to get better. But you have Paolo, Wendell, Franz, and then they're building with all the other pieces around them. Like you said, size, athletic. When Jonathan Isaac plays, difference maker. You just got to stay healthy, but they're good.
This league is about matchups. Everybody's trying to find the matchup they want. Teams will really run. It's 24 seconds in the shot clock. Motherfuckers will run off 21 seconds trying to get the right matchup. They literally will run 21 seconds of fucking pick and rolls till they get the matchup they want. Yeah. You are not getting the matchup you want against the Magic 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, whatever matchup you get out of that pick and roll is still going to be a tough fucking matchup. You know what I'm saying? So defensively, like I said, once they committed to the defensive end and figured out who their offensive identity was going to be, I already knew the Magic was going to be dangerous. We hate playing the motherfuckers. We hated playing them. This busting holiday season, you might be looking for nutritious, flavorful meals to fuel you on jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, can help you eat well for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
With chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle while tracking all your holiday to-dos.
Cross meal prepping off your list of things to do this holiday season with Factor. Skip the meal planning, grocery shopping, chopping, prepping, and cleaning up. And get Factor's fresh, never frozen meals delivered to your door. They're ready to go in just 2 minutes, so just pop it in, heat it up, and enjoy.
Treat yourself to high-quality, delicious meals over this holidays. Choose from 35+ chef-crafted meals every week that support a healthy lifestyle and meet your meal preferences. Whether it's calorie smart, vegan and veggie, protein plus, and more wholesome options.
Head to factormeals.com/OGFactor50 and use code OGFactor50 to get 50% off. That's code OGFactor50 at factormeal.com/OGFactor50 to get 50% off.
We can't get out of our hot topics category of this show without touching on Haliburton.
You have to touch on Haliburton. You first. I'm a big man. I just get down there and bang and rebound. You got to touch on Haliburton.
But I mean, I think obviously they had a great chance to win in the in-season tournament. Their team continues better. To me, and I've heard this being said a lot out there, like teammates you'd want to play with. Obviously, I played with Joker. I've seen Joker grow.
Yes.
He has some of the same things at the point guard spot.
Yes.
Just an elite dude, man. Like he does everything his own way. I always look at just viewing players like that as how you win games and how you control games.
Yes.
He controls the outcome of the game and manipulates situations throughout the entire game. Like that to me is why he's been so good. Obviously he's shooting at an elite level right now, but he makes his teammates so much better. And they talk about who's one of the best, one of the players in the league that you want to play with. He's obviously on the top of that.
Yes, you can tell.
Top of
you
that,
can tell.
for sure.
Guys are looking to play with him. I think when guys run the floor, he's going to find you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Easy game for him. It makes the game easy for everybody else.
Probably makes the right decision.
Almost every time.
9 times out of 10. 9.5. Almost 10 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I would love to play with him, but that just made me think about those old school Indiana, rivalries.
Yeah, we bring up Indiana, you can't help but talk about the old school stuff.
Hold up.
What, you getting ready?
Oh man, what? It's on. I would say this, and this goes back to the same thing that I said with Paul and KG. I respect them. I respect everything they did in this league. I respect the things they accomplished. I just don't fuck with them.
This is a real OG show.
I just don't fuck with him.
We go from talking about Haliburton, it gets you so gassed up. Now we're talking about our series against Indiana.
I'm just gonna tell you, man.
We can't stay in the present.
It's just the same thing with the old school rivalries against the Pacers, man. That shit had you up at night. You go home and sit in the motherfucking dog with the TV in the room by yourself, bro. Like that's the kind of series those series were. So with that being said, David West, Hansborough.
Paul George.
Paul George, those guys.
Yeah.
Respect.
Lance.
I would love to see them do their thing. I wish no harm on them. I don't fuck with them.
I'm shocked by it.
I don't fuck with them. But I will say this. Playoff P was cool.
Yeah.
Paul was cool. He did his thing. He was kind of quiet. He never really was in the mix. He was just part of the competitive nature. But a lot of the other motherfuckers, I don't fuck with.
I'll be honest though. Like I wouldn't have a whole lot of respect if they fuck with us. Because and it's not a personal attack. Yeah. It's like you go through wars like that. You ain't supposed to like them if you playing against.
We got a couple scars.
Yeah,
everybody got scars from them. Everybody got scars
scar
from them.
Tissue built up.
Everybody got scars.
By game 3, you know what they're doing. They know what you're doing. It's just mano a mano. And when you see them constantly, like we saw them, we saw Chicago, we saw Boston, we saw them every year about the same time of the year.
Yes.
We knew what time it was, and we knew what they were doing. They knew what we were doing. It wasn't no secrets to it. It's are you going to do what you do better than what we do?
Yes.
And you're not supposed to like someone when you lead that.
And
like you're not. I don't care who you are. You're not like dog. You can respect them, whatever.
Yeah.
But they don't like us just like we don't like them. I'm sure.
And the thing about it is the competitive part about it is you're looking for that edge. Mm-hmm. You're looking for that edge because there's by the time you get to the Eastern Conference Finals, there's parity.
That's right.
You ain't finna blow these motherfuckers out. They don't stink.
At the crib, it's gonna be a dog fight. Anytime you're on the road,
so you're looking for that
fight.
fucking edge. Whatever you can create in your mind, whatever scenario you can create, however you want to feel about these motherfuckers, whatever can give you that competitive edge to keep you from being soft in the mind or whatever it is to push you over that edge, you're looking for that. So for me, I chose not to fuck with motherfuckers. I can't do both. I can't shake your hand and wish you good luck, and then try to go at you and rip your motherfucking head off in these tournaments, in these games. Yeah. So I chose not to shake a motherfucking hand, and I chose not to speak to a motherfucker. It wasn't personal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not a personal attack. It's just, to me, and it only takes one dude to get the dominoes going.
Yeah,
it takes one. And obviously in our series, Tyler Hansbrough got the domino going. But it only takes one. But what I'm saying though is you don't, like people, as people at home and players that go through it, right? Understand the mental drain and the physical drain that a season and mostly the playoffs. Because when you play a playoff game against Indiana, it doesn't matter who it is, and you lose it, for the next 2 days, you're hearing the shit.
Yes.
And the one person that's not playing great or taking it, like all it takes is one thing to set the whole shit off. And once it goes, it just changes. It changes the game. And by game 3, man, it's, you know how it is. By game 3, it is what it is.
You ain't running nothing new. I'm not running nothing new. We ain't written in will. Who's gonna break?
Who's
gonna fucking break?
They had us almost broken. Remember in Indiana?
Almost ain't good enough.
No, it almost ain't good enough.
Almost ain't good enough.
But remember that we had the players only meeting.
Yeah, and
it was a real soul check, man.
They came and they got one in Miami, and then we had to get back to Indiana. D-Wade was having a tough series. His knee wasn't right.
Those guys put that cape on, though.
Yeah. You know what? Well, I think if I remember correctly, they thought that I was going to be the guy that was going to miss shots.
Yeah.
Crazy than a motherfucker.
Did you miss him?
Coach,
you missed a shot, Coach.
And the crazy thing is they try the same shit again next year.
Coach, you missed a shot, Coach.
You see we got the range, don't you? You see we got the range, don't you? You will never pick me to let my guys down. First of all, motherfucker, I wake up in the morning, motherfucker, looking for a reason to be that guy for my guys. I want you motherfuckers to be I want to be the motherfucker y'all call at 3 a.m. when shit ain't going right and you need somebody. I want to be that motherfucker. So man, you pick the right motherfucker to stand up in the paint for the team. You pick the right motherfucker.
Since I got you gassed up on old shit, because now you got your juices going, give me your welcome to the NBA moment, man. What you got going when you were like, oh shit, okay. What was that
Derek
Coleman.
Real OG. Detroit legend. You know what I'm saying? If anybody know anything about Detroit, boy, they don't play the radio out there. Shout out to my dog Reg. When I'm in the D, my dog hold me down.
What do you do? What do you do?
When we slide, we move around. See, Detroit ain't no place you could just be going by yourself. You don't just get in the motherfucking car and go to the store in Detroit. That ain't what you do.
You're looking for a local CVS.
Yeah, so shout out to my dog Reg that hold me down out there in Detroit. Boy, you know how we get down when we out there. We gonna keep it going. But you know, Derek Coleman. So we were playing against Philadelphia. And Derek Coleman fouled me. Pretty hard foul, pretty tough foul. And I looked at him. I said, damn, DC, you tried to foul me? I said, damn, DC, you tried to fuck me up, huh? He looked at me and said, young fella, if I wanted to hurt you, you wouldn't have got up. And I looked back at him, and I thought about it. I said, respect.
Hey, that's an OG right there. That's an
real
OG
shit.
right
You know what? And I still use that to this day when I foul somebody. Damn, OG, listen, young fella, if I wanted to hurt you, you'd have been hurt. Just know that. I wouldn't have fucked that up. If I wanted to hurt you, I would have hurt you. So I think that was my introduction to this league. Because at that time, nobody had never told me no shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody.
Hey, that league was old. It was a veteran league, man. Like
it was a veteran league.
You know, again, we don't want to sit up here as OG because our whole thing when we started this podcast was to help these to just spit knowledge and give our stories. It's not we walked to school uphill both ways. You know what I mean? It's not that.
Yeah.
But like when I got in the league, my team, I was the only rookie. You know what I mean? Now you get teams where it's like,
I feel like when you got in the league, I got in the league too. I used to come down to your house. You was only about an hour from Gainesville. Motherfucker, I was gone. We got a day off. I felt like we both made it.
We made it. We made it. Oh no, but it's crazy. Like you see the game change, man. But it's like these young dudes are so freaking talented, man. Now, and they're getting so good. It's gonna be interesting to see to make sure they keep these OGs in the locker room, though.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, man, like for these talented dudes, the only thing they can get in their way is themselves.
Yes.
And it takes dudes that lived experience. Like there's no better thing than experience, man. I don't care what it is, and that to me is making sure they do that. So. As long as they do that, these young dudes are gonna have
another introduction to the league for me. Getting into Chicago and hearing that motherfucking music, that shit, boy, that shit still give you chills. Think Coming from North Carolina. Even though I ain't play against Mike. From North Carolina. You hear that goddamn song, boy, I don't care what team you play for. If you grew up in that era, if MJ is your GOAT, which he's my GOAT. No disrespect to Bron and all those guys. Love those guys, but MJ is my GOAT. If you grew up in that era, when you hear that for the first time in person, that shit give you chills.
And there's no disrespect to Bron when you say he's your GOAT, because when you explained that thing to me the other day about why he's your GOAT, it makes sense though.
Yeah. Me and Bron, I'm older than Bron.
That's
I didn't have a chance to watch him growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I watched MJ growing up. So yeah, MJ knows that's my GOAT.
Man.
Chicago, motherfuckers broke out a 27-game winning streak. You remember that?
Ooh,
stink ass dogs.
Every time
I was so happy that shit was over though. It was stressful. It was stressful. Yo, it became about the streak. It was not about our opponent.
It was
not about that night. Everything was about that fucking streak.
I will say this though. The one thing I tell people all the time was such a change in your life when you're in October and you're lacing your shoes up for training camp and you think you're gonna win every game. That's an unbelievable feeling, bro.
Yeah.
There's nothing more deflating though, because I've been on teams.
Yeah.
And I've been on teams where you're in October and you're deflated. You're like, dog, I'm playing for a paycheck. Because I'm not playing for the end.
For you people at home, October is the beginning of the season. you know you ain't gonna win shit at the beginning of the season.
You know you're lacing up. You obviously you're gassed up. You're excited because it's like I'm back hooping again. But like that's why I made the decision to come to Miami. Like I was done lacing up. Like dog, I know I'm not playing in June. That's depressing, bro. Yeah. So I understand you're thinking about the winning streak, but gosh damn, when that shit was fun when you think you're gonna win every game, bro.
It was fun, but goddamn, killer, them motherfuckers stressed us out.
Oh no, 100%. Yeah.
Goddamn, I mean, everywhere we turn, the winning streak, the game, how far can you go? How many are you gonna win? Man, listen here, man. We trying to win a motherfucking championship.
How many was it though?
We won 27, I think. And then we lost one or two, and then we went on like another 12-game winning streak or something crazy like that. So at the end of the day, it was fun, but the shit became more about the winning streak. And at the end of the day, motherfucker, we want to get championships. We want to get rings. That's what we doing this shit for.
Hey, man, there's no way we're getting through our first OG podcast without getting in the grab bag and get some people on social media asking you questions.
Don't be asking us no dumb shit.
Nah, we ain't gonna. I mean, they're gonna.
You
know, there's gonna be a dumb ass.
We ain't gonna answer no dumb shit.
We're gonna try to cycle through it though, big dog. The first one, it says Udonis Haslem. By the way, I love it. They're calling Udonis Haslem. It's
I don't like when people call me my whole name.
For the folk at home, it's a UD, man.
Yeah, I don't respond to that.
Were there temptations to play for another team? I know you're Mr. 305. That's actually a really good question because you're from here. You got to play your whole career here, 20 seasons here. But it's still a business. At what point was there ever a point where you're like, dog, I'm out of here?
Hell yeah.
Okay, talk to him.
Hell yeah.
All right, be real then. What's up?
I mean, when the big three came. You took some of my money, motherfucker.
No,
you
I
took
gave
some
it back,
of my money.
motherfucker.
You took some of my money. They ain't had no money for me, so they paid your ass. That's what the fuck happened. I was about to get the fuck up out of here. Everybody know that.
Hey,
I was when the big three. I'll tell the motherfucking story.
You know what my call was?
What?
I ain't coming. If it's gonna take UD out of here, I ain't coming.
Well, good.
Oh, we can have a great story about this. We'll do this next podcast.
Good.
We're rolling out.
Good, because I don't know if we have. I don't know.
That's actually a really good story.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody has a role. Everybody has a role. I think. Obviously, we had the big three, and they were great at what they did. But if not for the little 12, if we don't have the little 12, we don't win those rings.
No doubt.
You had your moments. Shane had his moments.
No doubt.
I had my moments.
Ray
had his. Everybody had a fucking moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, obviously we had the big three, but without the little 12, we don't win that. So for me, obviously, they didn't have no fucking money. You know what I'm saying? They offered me the minimum, which at I was 28, 29. That's blasphemy.
What is it?
Blasphemy, motherfucker.
One more time?
Blasphemy. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, this is at the prime where I'm hitting double-doubles and shit. I think as an NBA player, they say you peak and you reach your prime around 28. Yeah. So this is when I'm averaging double-doubles. So actually, when I told me they didn't have no money, I'm on my way down to the arena to look Riles in his eye and say thank you. Because at the end of the day, when people didn't give me an opportunity, you believe. So it was going to be a quick conversation. Thank you, coach. I appreciate it, but there's no fucking way I can take a minimum right now.
Who took your money?
By the time
who took your money?
You motherfucker. You know who took it.
I didn't take your
money. That's what everybody, listen, everybody, once again, that was around the time where basketball was becoming positionless, you know what I'm saying? And everything became about pace and space. Yeah. And nobody wanted a mid-range jump shooter anymore. Yeah. Until the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah. There you needed me. You want to win, put you in. That's what you do, Jack.
Win, let
you want to win, put you in. That's what you do, Jack. But I was on my way down there, and then when I got to when I pulled up to the arena, my agent, my late great Henry Thomas, called me, and he said, before you go in there, just wait a second. I'm on the phone with Riles. I think we might get something worked out. So obviously it started off with D-Wade. He made a phone call to Bron, and he made a phone call to Chris Bosh. And he said, hey, man, if we're going to win a championship, I think this is the guy that's going to be, important to us, and we're going to need this guy. Shout out Bron, shout out CB. They didn't hesitate, you know what I'm saying? So for me, they didn't know me. I guess just reputation alone was based off the decision that they made. But, you know how I am, loyal to the soil. I had to make sure I get them boys their money worth.
You gave to them?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That was an unbelievable locker room we had there, man.
Great locker room.
I'm glad you did it. Obviously, it worked out great for
How you
everybody.
got your ass down here, Mike? Let me ask you a hot topic. How you get to Miami, Killer?
I think I touched on a little bit in here before.
Besides taking my money to come down here.
I'm actually going to touch on that too. I actually committed.
Did you PJ down here on my money? Did you use the PJ? Did you fly down when they told me they didn't have no money and they paid you? How you got your ass down here? What you flew in?
I get the PJ, the UD40 PJ, sponsored by UD.
Yeah, you damn sure did sponsor.
No, I mean, when I chose to come here, it was that point where I was offered more money to other places. Because I took less too, and when we went through it, we talked about this all the time.
Yes.
I actually committed here, and I called my agent after I found out that you didn't have your money.
We were so excited.
And I said, I'm not coming unless UD gets in here. So that's how. Obviously, it all worked out great, and UD and CB and LeBron take less money, which was sick.
I was more excited to play with you again than I was with them. No disrespect to those guys, but I was more excited to have my dog back than to play with those.
But I told my pops, man, I was going through it, and teams were offering me good money, really, really good money, way more than I was getting here.
Yeah.
But it goes back to what I said earlier. I wanted to get in a situation where I laced it up in October. Do I have it, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I get on a stage, am I going to be that dude on that stage, or I'm going to shit myself? You got to find out. And the only way you find out is get out there. You can talk about all you want. We all sell, oh, man, pressure don't mean shit to me until you're out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, we've seen that before.
And I wanted to get that because at the end of the day, that's all you play for.
Pressure bust pipes and cook cabbage, boy. Well, you stood up in the paint, Killer, with one motherfucking shoe. You stood up in the motherfucking paint. Yes, you do got it. You did not shit yourself. You do got it.
That's what I wanted to find out, though. That's to me that was the biggest thing for me. At that point, you'd obviously a championship. I hadn't seen a championship. I had some individual success, but I'd never even been relevant in the playoffs. Not even get out of the first round. I was dog, I can't tell stories and parent my kids even without even finding out what myself made of.
Yeah.
And so, the money thing, it was tough though, because listen, at the end of the day, you do what we talk about. It's still a business, brother.
Well, hell
because when you retire,
and it's hard to make up millions.
You ain't making up millions.
Where the fuck is you gonna make up millions out here?
No, only way
don't go like that.
Yeah, you ain't making up no millions. Only way you might do that is by betting. We got the
they
college.
Let you do that. It's a different day now. This shit is it's hard to get used to right now.
You want to make up your millions?
What? You
fade me on my picks.
Man, listen, back in my day, all we do is shoot a little dice. Now these motherfuckers get out here and just put it on the platform right in front of your face on the platter. I'm getting this shit is taking a little bit to get used to.
we got the college football playoff coming up. You got the Alabama Crimson Tide taking on the old Michigan. We see what you're doing, Wolverines. Who you got, bro? I think Michigan's favored by 1.5.
See, my thing is, and this is personal.
Yeah.
This is personal. What the coach name is from Alabama again? What that fucking motherfucking name?
You might know him.
What's his
name? People down south know him a little bit. The old Nick Saban.
Nick.
Act like you don't know who.
No.
What's wrong with him?
This personal.
Oh yeah, it should be.
Take my motherfucking glasses off.
Okay, right there.
Nick, you told us you wasn't leaving.
Oh, he did do that to you.
You told us you wasn't leaving.
Oh,
and I pick up the paper, you pack your shit.
Coach Saban, I love it. This could get ugly, Coach Saban.
I picked up the paper. Nobody picks up the paper anymore. I went online. You packed your shit and you went back to Tuscaloosa or somewhere. Was it Tuscaloosa?
Yeah.
You took your ass back down over Miami. How dare you? So I'm not fucking with him.
And yet, you're still picking Alabama.
Not no more. I changed my mind.
Change your mind.
I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I chose my fucking side. That's why I wore this jersey today. I chose my fucking side. I can't even tiptoe around that shit. I ain't fucking with you, Saban. I'm going with Michigan now. Not roll tide. Michigan versus everybody. Give me my motherfucking t-shirt. Shout out Juwan Howard.
That's right.
Shout out Juwan. Michigan versus motherfucking everybody. So I changed my mind.
So we both got Michigan.
We both going Michigan.
We both got Michigan. I got them for a little bit different reasons. but I respect the pride of the old Miami Dolphins.
Reasons?
I just think Michigan's really good this year. I think they're good. I think they're good. I think they're good football. I think it's
anybody good if you can steal signs.
Oh, here we go, stealing sign. So
what the fuck you want me to say?
I'm saying we have advanced scouts.
You get caught with your pants down. That means if you get caught with your pants down, that means you probably gifted.
Yeah, a little different. But anyways, we're here. Let's go to the next game before we get on it.
Texas,
Washington.
I'm going with Washington, man.
I know
Phoenix,
you know.
Florida boy.
Where's he from?
Florida boy.
Where's he
Tampa.
from? Oh,
we going with Phoenix.
I ain't gonna lie to you. There's gonna be a lot of episodes of you screaming Florida, ain't it?
Damn right.
I'm with you though.
Damn right. Everybody from Florida, I'm repping.
South Dakota and Florida, my rep.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of episodes where you scream South Dakota.
SD stand up.
Hell yeah, Chad Greenway.
I'm gonna take Texas because the quarterback there is from South Dakota.
Really?
Nope.
You got me on that one. You got me on that one. I was going to say his ass gonna be out of there soon.
But I'm telling you, I'm taking Texas. I think they're really good. Obviously, they got speed everywhere. Defense is good. My boy Paolo's going to hate me because his family went to Washington. Mom and dad went to Washington. I hate doing it to y'all, but Texas is going to win that game.
Damn, so you ain't riding with Phoenix and the boys.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're good. I just think Texas, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm giving people advice where I put my money, and if I'm investing my money on this right now, I'm taking Texas -4. I just am. Now, with me, though, I'd probably fade me. You want to win the money. But that's where we're at.
That's where we at.
Anything else?
We going to see.
Oh, yeah. That's the best thing about it.
One thing about it, two things for sure. The game got to be played in between the lines. That's
one thing about it, two things for what?
One thing about it, two things for sure. The game got to be played in between the motherfucking lines. You cannot run and you can't hide.
You cannot run and hide.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, subscribe, follow us. Do not DM us because we ain't fucking with that. It's been great.
First episode, bro. First
episode
of many.
down.
This shit gonna be real. Tune in Tuesday.
It's only gonna get
better,
better,
ain't gonna
guys.
miss it. Like, subscribe, check us out.
We ain't even told half the shit.
No. Hey, listen, tip of the iceberg. What they say? Short pier, long walk.
Short pier, long walk.
Let's go. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate the OGs out.
Yes, sir.